country roads. Those country roads.
Hey, what's up, peeps? It's JB Cools here on behalf of Xknown Angels. I'm here with
Rachel Rhymes.
and we together are the Xknown Angels.
Xknown Angels.
And we are happy to be here to basically greet all our fans, both near and far, doing our first podcast. And on that note, welcome to the Xknown Zone. And you can see our merch poster as well, our X threads, which is on our website, there behind us as well at xknownangels.com. So check that out. That'll give you some more information on our bios and everything else. But I wanted to greet everybody. So, au revoir. Not au revoir. Bonjour. Comment ça va? Hola. ¿Cómo está? ¿Está bien? ¿Todos? Y perfecto el día, sí? Guten Tag. Buongiorno. Hold on.
Ani.
Ani.
Yes.
Konnichiwa. And one more. I'm trying to think of it. Hold that thought. Ni hao ma. There we go. I think I got most of our cultures covered. And if I missed anybody out of the 92 countries listening, that's my bad. I apologize. Drop it in the comments, and I will work on that for next time on the next episode to teach you guys and say it and, try to learn it myself and teach myself how to say it and greet. So, and I also got with us here, we got Tristan with Trey Studios.
How's it going?
We got Drew in the back here doing the tech stuff. They're both kind of doing the tech stuff, but we're here with them today, and it's just an awesome experience to be here. We've worked with Tristan and Drew before. We've recorded some music here before, actually, and really just super awesome peeps, everyone. So let's give a little shout out to everybody here at Trey Studios. Rock on. And I think that's basically what else are we going to talk about today? So I guess we're going to get some questions fired at us.
Yeah, we're going to have some questions coming at us. You guys will be able to get to know us a little bit and see how we are, what we do, and the fun stuff in store for you all. So we're excited to be here and ready to rock and roll.
So on that note, everyone, stay tuned and welcome to the Xknown Zone.
You guys ready?
Ready.
Okay.
Ready as we're gonna be.
So, when did you guys first start, like the Xknown band, and how long have you guys been doing music? Like, what's the start story here?
The start story is we started off with Livid Proof Records. I think most people know that, and that was back in the beginning of 2022.
Yeah.
Maybe even later than that. I want to say 2023 is when it all started. January 2023, just to save debates and everything. And in 2023, we've recorded a lot of music. That was the bulk of our music that we first started. Since then, obviously, we've been dropping as much as we can on an annual basis.
Absolutely.
And we started officially as Xknown Angels on, I think it was right before the Swollen Members show.
It was in March.
No, that was November of 2024.
Was it?
Yes, It was November of 2024.
Did you guys start doing music together, or did you start as single artists before the band?
All right. Well, before the band, we actually met as friends, just doing karaoke,
Oh, nice.
Shooting the breeze and getting to know each other a little bit. And as JB had previously mentioned, we did originally start with Livid Proof Records. So Livid Proof himself was the guy that approached JB, and he said, hey, do you want to come and make music with me? Come onto the record label. And JB said yes, and shortly following that, I was invited on as well. And so before that, we were very much so just doing it for the love of music,
That's it.
Karaoke in the car, in the
It's
shower.
all about heart here. It's all about love of music. There's, trust me, there's no profit involved in this at all, peeps. Just saying that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely...
We'll get into that in a later episode as to all the shenanigans and all the stuff that happens in the music industry and how people might think that it's gone, that there's something to be had there. But no, we're all just starving artists. That's where that saying came from.
Yeah. We're all just working towards what we love, and
that's it.
it started out as a passion, as a hobby, and now it's actually one of our hustles, one of our businesses.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, if we're getting back to the initial question, we formed, I guess we're going to call it November of 2024. But if we happen to mess up some dates, you can check out our website, check out our bios with an extensive biography of how it all started. And just basically, there's a lot of content on that website to check out that we cannot have the time to explain now. But this is our first time reaching out to everybody near and far, overseas, like I mentioned, to our fan base. We have our top 5 countries that are listening to our music was the United States, France, Germany, Spain, and Italy. So, and everybody else that's out there, we appreciate your support. As always, we always mention it in any one of our posts we put on Facebook. So we do really appreciate everybody and their support.
Absolutely.
Truly do.
Yeah.
Right here. Respect.
Cool. And have you guys, like, what's the backstory to it? Like, did you guys have family that did music, or like, where did the passion for music come from?
I guess I'll start that one off. I came
sure.
from a family with zero knowledge of music. I am a self-taught artist, they call it. I guess maybe it skipped a generation. We'll say my grandfather on my dad's side was a bit of a musician, and he played a lot of the guitar and spoons and stuff like that. So
That's pretty
maybe
cool.
that kind of did the trickle down thing. I don't know. I started off rolling down the highway in a big truck and just singing continuously, and that's back in the days where CDs were a thing, right? You didn't have no digital radio, so you put the CD in, it's like, fire it back to the beginning of the song. No, messed up, do it again. 3 minutes or something, almost to the end of the song, messed up. No, back, do it again. And that's pretty much how I started things. Just and then it went to karaoke, and after karaoke, we started doing our own thing, making music.
Yeah. For myself, I have a little bit more training than JB does, but nonetheless, I grew up in a very musical family. My great-grandparents, entertained the Queen at one point of England, so that was pretty cool. And then a real passion for me started as a kid. I can remember being put into different drama classes and music lessons and vocal coaching, and I grew up through my teen years, singing in church and doing choir and all that fun kind of stuff. And so that's where my true passion began, was just looking around, seeing the people that I was close to loving music, and that instilled the love of music into me. So
Cool.
yeah.
Cool. And how'd you guys land on Xknown Angels? Where does that name come from, or was it just like random?
Well, we had
That's a good question.
we had several different basically choices, I guess, if you will. We narrowed it down to that being the final, obviously, but it basically, that stems from the symbolization, I guess, or the symbol behind it is
the meaning. Yeah.
the meaning, rather. Well,
Yeah.
words are difficult today. Just bear with me, folks.
Yeah. So the meaning behind it for us is very much so us trying to portray to everybody else that we're not in this for the fame. We're not in this for the money. We're not in it for recognition. We're just truly doing it for the love of it. And as we work through the journey of making music and being Xknown Angels, we want to be able to give back to you guys, give back to the people that support us, and give us the ability to keep
100%.
going, and the motivation at that too.
Yep.
So a lot of it is just the Xknown part is basically saying that we don't need to be known to do what we do. We love it, and that's why
Exactly.
we're doing it.
That, and I guess you could say it's nothing diabolical or anything like that. That people, we gotten that before.
Yeah, it's
You
not
guys are
the satanic
Satan worshippers.
thing.
No, it's actually the exact opposite. We are like to call ourselves empaths. Rachel and I are very compassionate people. Those who know us know this. We're just very compassionate people, and I guess you could say we're the angels that aren't known, ones of this earth that just want to do
good and spread love, and
that's it.
and music, and
Yep.
and that's it. That's the meaning behind it for us, right?
Yeah.
Cool. And obviously everyone knows that it's like kind of hard to come up as an artist, or like I said, the start of it is always the hardest part, and it's hard to stay motivated sometimes. How do you guys kind of keep that motivation going?
That is a very Wade question for sure. That's difficult to answer because there's a lot of different funks or ruts or whatever you want to call it, the downturns in life that happen along the way. So the truth of it is, though, it's the fans, it's our family, it's our friends that keep us motivated, that keep us pushing forward. At the same time, we have to be self-motivated naturally, but it's the inspiration we get from our fans, from you guys watching out there, that make us, keep the train on the rails, so to speak, and keep on pumping out the tunes that we do. And we do our best. We both work full-time jobs, so we try to balance between life, job, and music, and
Right.
that's difficult. And one day we could say we could quit our day jobs and do this on a full-time basis.
That'd be the dream.
And you know what? In a week, I would say it right now, as witness on camera, we will pump out one album per week if we were doing this full-time, easily. The way Rachel and I write, the way we keep that's going back to the motivational thing,
The momentum.
the people,
Yeah.
our live stories. It just makes music writing easy for us, and we just keep on doing it. It's the hardest thing is finding a really good beat. That's about the hardest thing.
Yes.
It's like one that's going to match the flow that we want, and most artists can attest to that and agree to that. That's a huge thing, right? And just finding the proper, correct beat that's just going to suit that mood or that momentum you have to do that song, right? So, but yeah, that's you guys are the ones that keep us motivated.
Yeah,
So,
and another big
respect.
thing for me is when you ask that question about motivation, it's easy when you can find motivation in a lot of different things. And so motivation can be, you guys, as we've said, the biggest motivation. It can be the creative process of writing, getting those beats down, recording and producing, and that is a huge drive for us. Just the ability that we're able to take the time and resources
Yeah.
to make content. That's the biggest motivation for me. And even with our side businesses, like our merch line, we are constantly looking everywhere for motivation in
Yes.
other artists, in ourselves, in our own lives,
Yep.
in even what you guys are looking for, what you guys want to see. That's
Yeah.
all part of keeping us motivated and keeping us in that positive, keep going mindset.
And we're all about open-mindedness on that matter. So if you want to weigh in on this podcast, you can leave comments for us to view and look at. Any suggestions or anything like that, we'll be accustomed to it, and we'll keep tune on it. And
Take a look, yeah.
we'll take a look.
Perfect. Okay. Now let's move more towards like the actual performing aspect of what you guys do. Like you guys have done a few shows, obviously. So maybe talk about your first show, and then like, how do you keep the audience engaged? Little tips and tricks for people that don't really necessarily know that side of, being an artist.
Yeah, well, it's kind of a funny story going back to our first ever show.
The Gong Show.
we
Everybody's
had the
got one of
perfect
them.
day, the perfect timing, everything was set up. It was for New Year's Eve. Was that 2023?
I think so. That sounds right.
New
Let's
Year's
go with
Eve
that.
2023. We had our first gig. We were going to the Garson Pub, and
Oh my God, yeah.
we arrived prepared, all ready to go on our end as
Yeah.
far as rehearsing and being prepped for lyrics and practice and all that good stuff. We get there and everything's good to go. We have our sound check out of the way. We got our props going, Obviously, the venue looked good, and
Yep.
and then the worst thing that you could possibly think to happen at your first gig was the tech was messed up.
Sound check, dude.
Sound check was
Is that
messed
every
up.
artist? I don't care who or where you are in this world, but you can probably attest to this statement. We are at the mercy of the sound check dude. Right?
Technology, yes.
Not so much the DJ. The DJ's at his mercy too.
Yeah.
So that's how our experience went. And it wasn't a good one, but it's a learning curve like everything else in life,
And although we did meet that challenge on our very first gig, we did make our way through it. We did wade through the muck, and we got to a point where we were okay to perform still, you know, okay to be on stage with the mics and not getting that screechy feedback and all that stuff that nobody wants to hear.
Considering there was no choreography at all at that point, it was like, you're going to stand right here.
2x2
You
square.
can't move anywhere, because if you move to the left, to the right, forward, backwards, that mic is going to screech and you're going to get more reverb than what we already had at that first show. So like I said, gong show.
Yes. And so anyways, while we did get to the point, we did carry on the show, there was then a interruption of somebody that decided to take Livid's mic.
Oh yeah,
right from his hand off the stage, and you know that was a very different experience.
Yeah,
but
that show was like the musical definition of Jerry Springer.
Yeah, it was our very first experience. But all in all, although you know we've shared the story and things didn't go smoothly in the beginning, it did turn out to have a good audience there, good numbers, and it was fun because we got the experience, and you know I think that really helped us, you know, moving into our more recent performances, is that we already got a taste of the worst that could happen.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah, did we ever?
And so now ways that we like to keep people engaged was another part of the question, and techniques we use on stage is just communication, you know, is key in a lot of things. It's making sure that the audience feels seen and heard as much as we're being seen as heard. So in between sets and songs, you know, we'll engage with the audience, we'll call out, you know, to the audience, get you guys pumped up and excited, as well as us on stage getting ourselves, you know, that energy and that excitement in ourselves is super important.
But after that first show, though, then it just went a little on the upscale from there. I think after that first show, our second show was for Shaggy 2 Dope, you know, Insane Clown Posse. How dope is that?
We got any ICP fans out there?
Yeah, any ICP fans? And we got our second show was for Lloyd Banks.
Yeah.
That dude did stuff with Eminem, so that's pretty dope.
Pretty notable name, absolutely.
Right? And then after that, it was Mad Child. And then the whole gang got together, and after that was the Swollen Members.
Swollen Members. That was a huge.
That was our.
honor.
I think that was a really epic show for us. That was definitely a focal point, I guess you could say, for us. That was like our. We did have a really good performance at the Shaggy 2 Dope show, and Lloyd Banks' show again was awesome, was good, except
Super
for once again, sound check failed a little bit there, but that's another story for another date. That we'll get into that one another day, but yeah. But we had some good shows, and we're going to keep doing them. We did some stuff with Robbie G just recently. Last year, we had 2 shows at the Townhouse here in town, and that place, very historical place. I didn't know this, but that place had hosted like Green Day, Nickelback way back in the day, Our Lady Peace, Tea Party, like just the list goes on. There's a lot of just a lot of history in that place, man. That's an awesome venue. Like just for the history alone. And but yeah, we had some really good shows, and we'd like to. That's why kind of we're sharing those experiences with our fans that are not hadn't had the privilege of actually seeing these shows, and we only get the content of which people record because default of us being on stage, right? So we can only share with you what we have on our website, which is very limited. So we just want to share that experience and explain how those experiences went for you today, right now. So this is why we wanted to do this podcast as well, to kind of give everybody that insight overseas, around the world, that have been supporting us. And like I said, we really appreciate your support. Like, I mean, 200,000 plays on Spotify alone just last year. It's just insane.
To think about.
So
you know,
we really appreciate the support. We really do.
Yeah.
100%.
Cool. And I'm glad you brought up the Swollen Members show, because that was actually our very first show performing as Xknown Angels.
Exactly.
And not under Livid Proof Records. So that was a huge memory for us. So that was one of our biggest shows for us, biggest memories. So
that's cool. Well, that's a good segue. So that means you guys technically right now would be under the independent artist category, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
So what are some challenges that you guys face when producing music independently?
Oh, geez. There's many.
Yes.
If it's not budgeting to finance different things like we're doing today, studio time, recording music at another studio we deal with, We actually, between that and between just the amount of time, this is the big one. This is time. There's a lot of time involved. There's time to rehearse. There's time to record. It's time to write. And then doing that, like I said before, I kind of briefly weighed on that in life. You know, you're juggling life and your errands, you know, because we're just regular Joes with a regular job here, right? Like, we're just, you know.
I'd say that's the hardest part for me, is just balancing work, family, friends, and playtime, which our playtime is obviously you guys making music, making this podcast and all that good stuff. But
it's like you're constantly weighing things on a scale and trying to just fit it all into this, you know, you only have so many days in the week kind of thing, right? And it's very difficult to kind of coordinate sometimes, but I guess that makes it easy because, well, Rachel and I are together and we live together, so it's not like we have other band members to say, hey, you think you can meet me at the studio at this time, you know, and try to coordinate all that stuff, you know, bring the drum set, bring the guitar, you know. We don't have that to deal with, so that's kind of a good thing. So, but there's still a lot of time, a lot of coordinating, a lot of challenges, as you put it.
And he briefly touched on this earlier, but it's also finding the right sounds, finding the right lyrics, writing and producing, and that aspect of it can be probably one of the more challenging parts of
let's not forget about your digital artwork and your marketing and networking. There's that too.
Yes, finding new different ideas, new different color schemes, you know, merch, thinking about the merch and the music. It's always trying to think of new ideas to keep you guys engaged so you guys don't get bored of us. Right? And so, that would be, I think, the three biggest is time and money.
And then we do design. All our own digital artwork. I can't take full kudos. Mostly Rachel is the one that quarterbacks our digital art that you see behind us right now. This is all us. We did all this. Of course, I have input on it. She's just a little more tech savvy with the digital art software than myself. Yeah. But obviously, I add my artistic expression to it all my feedback. But together we do. Yeah, it's teamwork. That's it. As a team, you know, and we do all our own. It's all authentic, from our lyrics to the digital art. You know, sometimes even we have a lot of input on the beats being tailored a certain way, but for the most part, those are purchased from our different producers, one of which is stateside, actually. So yeah, we have a lot of people to thank out there that have just really supported us. Actually, as a matter of fact, the beat producer actually reaches out to us and personal emails and said, "You got anything else from any of my beats I sent yet?" And I'm like, "We're working on, man. I'm working. Your full-time job is to do beats, and kudos to you for doing that because you're doing what you want to do full-time. We on the other hand, are not yet. So we'll get to it, man. And it'll be good. You'll like it when it happens, but it's a work in progress, right?
I guess what we're trying to say is divide and conquer. It's the easiest way to get things done, and that's how we do it here.
That sums it up right in a nutshell right there.
Whoever is better at this, you know, here you go. You can take creative control of it or whatever you may say. And we go from there, and it takes a team. It really does. So we're grateful for everybody that's supported us along our journey. Yep. Because we couldn't have made it right here without you guys out there. Trey and Dustin, our producer, and everybody else, these businesses we've used locally to get even these posters printed. Which
that's right.
Awesome.
Yeah, Victoria's downtown Sudbury. Check them out. They're dope. Yeah. Just saying.
To someone that's maybe watching the video that is looking to get into music but doesn't know where to start, what's a bit of information you can maybe give them on like where to start if you're looking into getting into music?
That's also like I can't say for myself. Like I was introduced from Livid Proof, right? So he's the one that kind of, I didn't know anything about uploading music or anything like that. I mean, it's a thing now. Everybody can pretty much do it, but it's getting coordinated and it's getting the time and the resources and everything to plan that. It's very, starting out for independent artists I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's a grind. It's a grind just to get to what, you know, like I'll say on a different levels, we'll say, right? You're starting out, you're at the very bottom, you don't even know what's going on, you're trying to make it work, you're putting a lot of time and effort, and that's where the frustration comes in, because you're like, I just did this. Why isn't anybody listening to this? And what's going on with this? And that's part of it.
It's definitely part of it.
There's a lot of networking and marketing and building yourself up and constantly working on your business, and it's a lot. And
it is. It can.
And
be.
we're not even at like the level. We're like, I guess we're like kind of like not even mediocre. We're kind of like still trying to climb our way up very slowly.
Yes.
And maybe eventually we'll get there, maybe not. But this is something that in my lifetime, our lifetime, that I didn't think we'd actually end up doing what we were doing right now. So everything that's happening to this day is super awesome. Like I can't complain. Like this is it. This is the end of the road, and this is how we're gonna go out, and that's gonna be it. Then you know what? Awesome. We did something. And the way to look at it for the drive for independent artists starting out, think about it as starting your own independent, musical time capsule. Whatever you record, whatever you have, it's going to be on platforms for life. And you're going to go down the road, and your grandkids are going to be listening to that stuff, right? And be like, yeah, my grandfather did this, it's pretty cool, what he did, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, so you got to find inspiration as an independent artist starting out anywhere you can get it, from family, from friends, from that support. But it is a grind. Not going to sugarcoat it at all. It's not easy. A lot of people end up giving up because it's like that unachievable goal, and you can't look at it that way as a goal. You have to look at it as a goal in a way, but it has to be a passion first and foremost. It has to be. That's why, if we profit from this someday at one time, great. If not, it's the love for music. It's what we love to do. It's what Rachel Rhymes and I, what brought us together, the music. And then in turn, the love that we have for each other, well, that just came naturally on its own, right? Yeah. So,
another thing too for somebody thinking about getting into music, first off, is really look into, what do you want to get out of your music? Are you looking to make it for yourself and you're not interested in putting it up online? Great.
That's
but you
fine
also
too,
got to measure, I guess what I'm kind of saying is weigh out what you want first. Make sure you have a plan in place, or at least a basic guideline for yourself to say, okay, if I'm going to go into music, I'm going to go into music, and this is what my first year is going to look like.
Yeah, have a plan.
Our beginning of the year for us, a lot of it's planning, a lot of it's looking ahead, a lot of it is writing. It's downtime for us to make sure that you have what you need to succeed, right? So I would say plan and research, because a lot of the time, I'm sorry to say this, but there's a stigma to say people just go big. You see all these people on TikTok coming around getting famous off of one video, but realistically, when you're making music and you're trying to,
it don't work that way.
create, it's basically branding yourself, right? So you need to make sure that you're ready to be public as well. Make sure that you're ready for that, recognition, to say, oh yeah, so and so is making music. And another thing I would say is put time into your music. So whether you want to play guitar, if you want to do piano, if you want to sing, if you want to make videos, dancing, that's all great. It's all fine, but you need to make sure that you're prepared for it and you have the skill set to do it. Whether that's basic or not, obviously experience builds your skills. It's still important to pre-plan and make sure that you really know what you want. You need to know what you need to do, and a
lot of planning involved. Yes.
Even before you even start that, you got to just look at yourself and say, what do I have to use? Right. Yeah. Figure that out first. That would be my biggest tip.
Yeah, that's
and stay true to yourself. Don't be fake, because
Amen.
As people know online, there's a lot of scripted content, I guess, if you will. And I'm not saying that's bad, but I'm just saying make sure you know what's authentically you.
Yeah,
and
let's not sugarcoat this.
That's what you want to bring to whatever.
Let's not sugarcoat this. AI is evil. That's it. Don't let AI generate your lyrics. Be authentic. Write your own words down, your own passions, find your own beats, work within that realm, and just be yourself.
Yeah, that's the most important
that's
thing.
it. It's like with anything in life, you know, be yourself. Don't be somebody fake,
Yeah.
right? You know?
And you know what? Another big tip I would say for anybody looking to start music is talk. You want to make connections with people like Trey and us. You know, we made this connection and now we're able to do amazing things like this podcast we're doing.
Exactly.
Right? And so just talk to people and make sure that they know you're interested. Make sure that you're talking to people, because that's what's going to get you out there, is making connections. And that's the most important thing, is that if you can make a connection through a video or a phone screen or a song, you're set for life. That's all you need.
And despite how things go in life, the old saying goes, never burn a bridge, ever.
Right.
Because karma is a thing. Something will come around and something possibly bad can happen from that one bridge burnt.
And you know,
So
a great saying that JB introduced me to is, everything happens for a reason, a season, or a lifetime.
That's
and if
it.
you don't open yourself up to these experiences, then you never know what you can get.
That's it. Yeah.
Cool. So now you guys are going to be coming out with a podcast like this once a month.
Yes.
What can people expect from the podcast? What are you guys going to be doing? Are you going to have other artists on? You know, like what type of stuff are you guys going to bring out as content?
That's a very good question. We put a somewhat thought into that because we just kind of wanted to get the ball rolling with it. But yeah, we got all kinds of crazy ideas. Like, I mean, I have all kinds of crazy ideas. We're going to have exciting stuff happening. We are going to do probably some interviews at some point with other people we know.
Definitely interviews.
At some point in time, don't know when. We want to kind of share more of what we have with Rachel and I first. This is just basically, this first episode is just basically an introduction, as you've kind of caught on to and noticed that but we are going to have some crazy stuff going on the Xknown zone to come in future episodes. We're
thinking of, doing little skits. We're thinking of doing games. We're going to have interviews. We're going to share some of our music with you guys. And
like live performances.
Much more planning. Yeah. We got the gears rolling, and we're looking forward to hearing back from you guys as well, and just for you guys to leave us a comment and say, hey, we'd love to see this, or hey, we want to hear about this topic, or can you guys touch on this? Or if you guys have another artist that you love, send us their names and we'll look into interviewing with them and doing all that
we'll look into all that kind of stuff there. It's like the sky's the limit right now. We don't know really where it's going to go, how it's going to go, or what we're going to do. And that's kind of what makes it kind of interesting, is the randomness behind it all.
The surprises.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're thinking about doing stuff like that, and, trivia here and there, or Yeah, or just spin the wheel, pick a topic, and, oh, geez, I guess we're talking about that. Yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff that's going to happen, and we can't. We're really pumped and really excited, and we're happy to be here at Tree Studios to do that. And we're planning on bringing some of our merch in for you guys to see, to look at and experience, and see it on different body shapes and all that kind of good stuff too. And so, yeah, that's a lot of what we're thinking.
Cool. And just before we wrap it up, maybe tell people like where they can go buy the merch, where they can go follow you, the Spotify, like just as much as you can give out to make sure people can reach you guys.
For sure.
All right. Well, I think the biggest source for everything in an all-in-one package, well, I will stress it one last time, is the website, xknownangels.com. You pretty much get that on the first hit because, let's be real, there's not a lot of things that are titled with an X, right? So that's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. So you can find all that information out there. That's our personal merch line, is X Threads, that we basically patented. Rachel and I came up with the design and the line, and we have it accessible anywhere in the world. So you can go on that and check it out.
Find it on our website, or you can go to tpublic.com and you can type in X Threads, and our merch line will come up there for you guys. We got everything from t-shirts, hats, socks, shorts. We got wall decor. We got mugs. We got it all. So
pins, fridge magnets, you name it, it's on there.
Phone cases, you can find it. It's on there. So
Yep.
Yeah, that's www.xknownangels.com is where you can find all of our links. If you'd like to go to Facebook, you can find us under Xknown Angels is our page.
Yep.
If you go to Instagram, mine is Rachel Rhymes _23, and JB's is?
It's a good question. I don't think I have an Instagram, or if I do, I can't remember what it is.
What's your Facebook link?
It's all mostly on the Facebook page for me, and I have a little bit of a TikTok thing there. Nothing crazy, but JB Cools is on TikTok, and I'm sure if you just hit that up, I don't know exactly my links. Like, I don't know how Rachel remembers all these like 50 links.
You can find my TikTok.
All the links are on the web page, and I just can't. I can't remember all that stuff. Really,
Yeah.
honestly, like I don't really.
All of our links to our joint accounts are on the website as well, so that's really easy for you guys to find.
We can tag it at the end of this video too, or we can tag it in the comments and stuff like that, as well as the actual links. But you'll get all the links and the information, like I said, primarily from the website. And yeah, we really do appreciate all your support. We've actually donated money from some of the proceedings to some local charities.
Yes.
So it's like I said, it's in love for music. We're not in this to crank and bank and and that kind of thing. If it happens one day where we do these performances and somewhere not here, like crazy, maybe on the next episode I'll drop you a little bit of a story. The Sheikh of Dubai, okay,
Prince of Dubai.
the Prince of Dubai,
Yes.
right, actually was looking into us going there to do a show for his royal family, and I said, you know what, we'll do it for free. And this guy's loaded. Right?
Oh, yeah.
This guy's got like
Gold-plated
gold-plated friggin' Bugattis, like, right?
Falcons as pets.
Yeah, but you know what?
So-
We'd still do a show for that guy
Yeah.
for free because I said just cover the travel expenses. So free, not so free, but pay for our flight, pay for our accommodations, and we will do that for free. Just for
And,
the experience alone. Like, awesome. Like, imagine being able to go to Dubai. Like, yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Right?
But getting back onto topic a little bit
Right.
here is soon enough, this podcast is going to go up on our YouTube channel, which you can also find at Xknown Angels on YouTube.
Yeah, and Trey Studios is going to help us with that, and we're going to be putting up as much content as we can. Probably starting, we'll say maybe mid-March, maybe the end of March. I don't want to give out any exact dates because last time we did that, they're like, why didn't your music release on this date? And I'm like, well, about that. Let's blame that on Spotify and friends.
We got some things to look forward to. You're going to get some new content, video content out there. We got some lyric videos in the works. We're going to be setting that up too. So in the meantime, we're going to be working on stuff in the background. So just stay tuned and stay excited because new things are coming.
Yeah, keep it locked in here on the Xknown Zone, everyone. And I just want to say again, hasta luego, au revoir. I got to work on the goodbye section, okay? So let's just cut it there, okay?
We got to redo that.
I got to work on the goodbyes. I got as much as the highs, not the byes. So I'll start off the greeting, and then I'll learn that stuff. And like I said, drop in the comments in your language how to say it. Maybe in a voice clip, and then I could study that, and I will actually take the time to learn your languages, and because I love it, I love learning new languages. I work in a multicultural environment, and I get all this kind of feedback from all these different cultures, and they tell me a little bit of stuff about them and how to say certain things, and they know I'm stubborn. They know I'll work on it until I trip over my words 6 ways to Sunday. I'll do that, but I'll get it on Monday. Yeah. Thanks again, folks, for chiming in on the Xknown Zone with myself, JB Cools.
And Rachel Rhymes.
And Tristan with Trey Studios. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the flip side. And stay safe and rock on.
Those country roads, remember those times.